Hey everybody, it's day 141 of the 222 days of push-ups. It is Sunday night. Isn't exciting? Sunday night. Tonight is the night that we announce the contest that will crown our College Pro window cleaning national champion for 2019. So super excited about that. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. I know your coaches, our entire full-time team is really excited to see how this is gonna play out. But before I get you through what the contest rules are, a couple of real important housekeepers. It is Sunday night, which means it's numbers night. Make sure everything's accurate, but this Sunday is also a payroll Sunday. So make sure that you have everything you need in properly for payroll to make sure your teams can get paid properly. And then as well, please make sure that all your numbers are 100% up to date. Before we start this contest, you do not want to be disqualified for having inaccurate numbers. And that's gonna be a big piece here as we go through week to week. It will be a 5-week long contest. And inaccurate numbers week to week will result in a no questions asked disqualification because we are doing something really big here. We're gonna award our College Pro window cleaning national champion. So the contest, I'm gonna do my very best to keep this as clean as I possibly can, is a 5-week head-to-head round robin where the first 4 weeks are gonna be within your group. So a group can be either a division or some of the groups are made up of combined divisions to have a winner, so to have a group champion, which will go on in week number 5, which is the week before Entrepreneur's Getaway, to go head-to-head group champion against group champion all across Canada. The winner of that week will be awarded the national championship and will win something amazing for their group, their entire group. So the way that this will work is, like I said, it is head-to-head, week after week, round robin style. So if you don't know round robin style, what that means is you will be against, in the first week, 2 to 3 other people. One person of those 2 to 3 other people will move on to the next week to be against the winners of another one of those same groups. So it's brackets. So again, all you're focused on is beating the other 1 to 2 people every single week. Based on the criteria, one winner will move on. We've seeded the groups all the way from 1 all the way through the, performances to date. And the groups are actually gonna go head to head by seeding. So again, if you take a look, I'm gonna send this out here very shortly, but your brackets, anybody in your bracket, one of you will move on to the next week to be against somebody from the other bracket. Again, the next week you'll be the winners, of the previous brackets will face off, and the one winner from that moves on, and it continues that way through. So somebody will continue to move on. You gotta win 4 weeks straight to win your group. You win your group, you will go on to represent your group in the national championship. The national champion will win for the entire group that they are a part of a $3,000 prize to do what you want with it. So again, you can talk to your coaches. That group has the ability to do whatever they want with it. If you want to go on a trip and use that as a contribution to your trip, have something where it's a big party for the group, buy something as a group, whatever it is that you want to do. If everybody in the group wants to chip in and just use that as something to subsidize a piece of it, you'll have $3,000 to figure out whatever it is that you want to do with it. So again, we have a 5-week round robin head-to-head championship. The way that you win, the way that you earn points week to week is for every estimate that you do, you get a point. For every $250 in external that you do, you get a point. For every $125 in previous customers that you book, you get a point. For every $500 that you produce, you get a point. Whatever the most points, no rounded points, whatever the most points are, win. And the tiebreaker, if there happens to be a tiebreaker, is the most booked combined. So we'll go just most booked combined. So if you have a tiebreaker for a given week, you'd go the booked for that total for that week is the tiebreaker. So again, you get a point for an estimate, you get a point for every $250 in external booked, you get a point for every $125 in previous customers booked, you get a point for every $500 produced, and that's how that'll work. So again, there'll be a lot of people that will get bumped out of the contest after week 1. Those people, everybody will still be eligible. So April Broom has put something on the line for everybody. It's a draw. For every 5 points that you get over the course of the 5 weeks total, you will get a ballot into a draw for 2 tickets to either a music festival in your area or a concert in your area of the same value as that music festival. So even if you're out in the first week, continue to push through, continue to get points, and the more points you accumulate, the more ballots you're going to have in this draw for, again, another awesome prize. So again, the Midsummer Smackdown starts tomorrow. So I'm going to send out the Google Drive. It's got all the brackets there. You're going to see it. Your coaches have all put these together. You'll see in your bracket who you're against this week. Again, one winner, only one winner from each bracket moves on. Now, the way the groups got set out, some of them are divisional, and some of the divisions have been put together to combine very similar sized groups. So the groups are the Beasts of the East, which is Ontario. So that's Calvin and Quinton. So if your coach is Calvin and Quinton, you are part of the Beasts of the East. Let's Get This Bread, the Bakers from out west. So that's everybody that works with Jeanette. So everybody in Alberta and BC are part of the Let's Get This Bread group. You've got Prairie Fire, which is Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So that's everybody in Dakota's group. You guys, just so you know, you start 1 week later. So yours starts next week. You got a bit of a smaller group. You only have to survive 3 weeks to get there, but it's gonna be a way tighter competition, I think, than everywhere else. You've got the Golden Horses. The Golden Horses group, that is Jesse Kwaczynski, Emily Full, and Bailey Proctor. So if any of those are your coach, you are in that group, known as the Golden Horses. Filet Mignon, which is Center Cut of Ontario, is Lauren and Sam. So if Sam or Lauren are your coach, that's the group that you're a part of. And a Bag of Mixed Nuts, that's Jessica Tufnell. So if Jessica is your coach, that's your group. So again, take a look at those. There's going to be a lot of strategy that goes on here. As this goes on and on, you can really prop each other up to really make some big moves as you go through. Hire more people. Do whatever you got to do to get out of that first round, into the next round, into the next round. And like I said, the last week of the Proximal, so week 4, there will be one winner from each one of these groups that will all go against each other to win the national championship. They will be the national champion, and the national champion will earn for the rest of their group a $3,000 prize to do what they'd like with. Again, those are the Beasts of the East, Let's Get This Bread, Prairie Fire, Golden Horses, Filet Mignon, and a Bag of Mixed Nuts. So that means one person from each one of those groups that wins that group will represent their group on a really big stage. I think it's going to be a fantastic month. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a little bit ruthless, I think, at times. But I think in the end, it's going to be a big spirit. We talked about it with the CP fam. Sometimes we fight with each other. Sometimes we fight for each other. If you're head-to-head in your bracket, you're fighting with each other. But whoever wins, hopefully you're fighting for them to get forward and win and really represent your group and earn you something really big. So if you have any questions at all, talk to your coach tomorrow in GSNR. It's going to be a super exciting contest. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And week 1 is going to be just crazy, I think. We're going to see some big names move on. We're going to see some big names get beat. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens. So again, remember everybody, it's all about attitude. Momentum's always happening. I hope you had an awesome Sunday night. I hope you had a great week. If not, you're going to have to push really freaking hard next week and not make sure you get on to the week after that, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow.